Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 21st of January 2025. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, Donald Trump this morning became the 47th President of the United States and got to work immediately. In his inaugural address, he said he'd begin the complete restoration of America. He said that energy is the biggest factor contributing to inflation, and deregulation and additional oil and gas production will help bring it down. He's also considering imposing additional tariffs on 2 of the US's biggest trading partners, Canada and Mexico. He gave TikTok a 75-day reprieve from a nationwide ban, so his administration has time to decide what to do about the popular video sharing app. He also signed an order to end birthright citizenship, withdrew from the World Health Organization, declared a national emergency on energy and approved measures to address it. He also declared a national emergency at the US-Mexico border. Very, very busy man. Initially, Wall Street rose in after-hours trading, but the US dollar fell. The local share market initially rallied about 1%, but then the comments about tariffs on Mexico and Canada triggered a sell-off. The currencies of Mexico, Canada and China all dropped sharply. The Aussie dollar was back about 63 US cents before the inauguration. Then we had those tariffs comments. It's down to about 62 US cents at the moment. Story number 2, both the Coalition and Labor are upping their social media activity ahead of the next election, even as they implement a ban on under-16s accessing online platforms. Both sides want high quality and original content to engage younger Australians, according to a report in the Financial Review. Peter Dutton has pushed the Coalition candidates to use TikTok in particular. Labor will favour Facebook. Facebook, Google Search and YouTube are expected to be among the most popular from both sides. The problem about TikTok is, like LinkedIn, politicians can't pay to ensure their videos are promoted where they want them to be. So the content needs organic growth to reach wide audiences. On Facebook, politicians can target specific postcodes and demographics. That makes it easier to get content in front of swinging voters. Story number 3, the S&P ASX 200 finished up 0.7% today to 8,402 points. The financials did best. In corporate news, Santos shares fell 2% after it delayed a $2 billion plus oil and gas joint venture proposed in Western Australia. The news sent its minority partner, Carnarvon Energy's share price down about 20%. Hub24 jumped 11% after the wealth platform recorded strong quarterly inflows, and Liontown jumped 12% best on the day after it said lithium output tripled in the December quarter. It's back to the level it was in 2023. Story number 4, Wesfarmers is closing its struggling marketplace business, Catch, as it fights to take on ultra-cheap international sites such as China's Temu and US giant Amazon. Catch will stop trading in its own right in the 4th quarter of the 2025 financial year. That's the June quarter this year. After years of losses, Wesfarmers has had enough. It bought Catch in 2019 for $230 million, lost about $100 million on it last year. Catch sells everything from kids' sneakers to electronics and books, but obviously not enough of them. The biggest online players in Australia, at least in the retail space, Pollies comes in at number 1, Amazon comes in at number 2, Coles, then Officeworks, JB Hi-Fi and Endeavour, according to Goldman Sachs. Amazon's the big player in the market in terms of investment, $5 billion since 2022. And story number 5, BHP said its copper production rose 10% in the first half after its Escondida mine in Chile reached record production. It's the world's biggest miner, BHP. Now, iron ore production was up 1%. Steel-making coal production was down 21%. It has sold some of its coal assets. Nickel production is down 31%. That's after it suspended operations as nickel prices tumbled in the second half of last year. Copper, however, is the hot commodity. We have Glencore and Rio talking about a merger on the back of it. BHP was talking to Anglo American about buying them on the back of copper prices. The good news is that Escondida in Chile, which Rio owns 30% of, is doing really well. The bad news is Olympic Dam in South Australia ain't doing so well. BHP's share price fell 1% today. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 21st of January, 2025. Make sure you hit follow on the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Wednesday edition of the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.